Pizza guy.
You're not pizza. Who are you guys?
Road trips.
Today on Road Trips, our final destination brings us back to where it all began, deep in the woods at Camp Emerald Forest. Vehicle for this episode, 1990 Plymouth Voyager. And the original cast for this edition, myself, Todd Hilton, the co-creator of Road Trips, Mr. Dan Bradley, and joining us once again is Mr. Chris DeBois. The maps are out and the camera's rolling, so one last time, let's hit the road.
And hello everyone, welcome to this special edition of Nowhere Videos Road Trips. I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Dan Bradley.
And I'm Chris DeBois.
And in this edition, we're actually going to be taking you back to where it all began in 1996. We went to a little place called Camp Emerald Forest. This is a quaint little camp that's basically hidden in the woods between Rainier and St. Helens. This is a place where Dan introduced me to, and I don't think you'd actually been there, but
No.
you knew of it.
Knew of it. Passed by it, but hadn't actually driven off to it.
So basically, to give you a little background on how that all started, Dan bought himself a video camera, and of course me being the video guy that I was and still am, obsessed to no limit.
Yeah. And it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to see that.
We decided to take a little adventure and drive up to this place and check it out. And I'm thinking, it's like, you know, if we tape this, I wonder if we can make something out of it. See if we can make a show out of it or something. So we called our good friend.
No, you just mentioned road trips there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Called up our good friend, Mr. Chris DeBois.
Notice how it just rolls right off the tongue?
It's just so smooth, Mr. Chris DeBois. It's the only one that's like that. Anyway, so the three of us got in Dan's beater 1980 Toyota Corolla Tercel.
Yes.
Yes, it was actually both.
It was both.
We all jumped in the car, and the three of us took turns running the camera, and it shows. We had no idea what we were doing. We were just basically going for a road trip, or in this case, it was kind of an off-road trip because we were on
The road.
off-road, back roads. Yeah, it was. We had no idea where we were. So we ended up.
Still don't.
We ended up at what we thought was the camp, but it was actually just the outside of it. We didn't see the whole acreage that the camp encompasses, and here we are, almost 10 years later, and we're gonna check it out again. And this time we're gonna see, hopefully, everything there is to see. And we've made arrangements with Florence, the owner of Camp Emerald Forest, and she's going to get us an interview and show us around the place. They've been doing a lot of improvements and additions to the camp, and it should be pretty interesting. So basically, we kind of owe them a show, for lack of a better term, and hopefully this time around we're going to do it right. So we're coming back full circle and going back to where it all started. Okay, so with that, we're going to jump in our, I'd say new vehicle, but it's not a new vehicle, it's just new to the show.
That's enough.
That's
it's new.
enough. It's new. And we're going to jump in the van and head off to our destination, which is Camp Emerald Forest. So let's do it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you're now on the road.
We are now on the road. We are off. In fact, we're rapidly approaching a stop sign. I wonder if I should stop.
No, just go right
We
through
just
it.
started.
right
We got to
through.
stop
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, just go straight.
go
Okay.
straight, yeah.
Maybe there's a shortcut through the trees. Okay.
Yeah.
We're at the intersection. Okay, hold on a second.
Here.
Let's
Domino's behind us, Skeens is that way, Pelham Hill's that way, and you want to go down Pelham.
Pelham Hill. Okay.
So that means you want
let's-
to go left on Skeens.
Let's go to the map. It's probably one of the only chances we'll get to see. Okay, we're at the intersection here, and we're going to take a Roscoe. That would be in this general direction here.
No,
And,
wait. You want to the left. No.
Left? Okay. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, as we found out in some of the other road trips, it's been interesting going on some of these back roads. You know, even though we live in this area, you don't always see all these roads.
No, you don't.
So it makes for an interesting drive.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, when we hit a stretch like this, there's only one thing to do.
Drive faster?
Floor it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this vehicle's meant to go this fast.
Well, let's find out.
Cows!
Cows!
Woo!
Yeah, see, well, that's what we call fun.
75 miles an hour! That was fun. Hey, they got more cows over there. I not to ask stupid questions, but what kind of, what does it cost to ride a ride like this?
About $3 a gallon.
$3 a gallon? Yeah, sounds about right. Actually, it's progressively started going down, which is a good thing.
You know, that's what they said when the road bridge approached $2 a gallon.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
It's going to go down.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see $2 a gallon again.
Yeah. Because it's always kind of nice. It's always better when things go down. Hey.
It depends on what you're talking about. Okay. We're at the intersection of Apery and Pelham Hill. So we want to... Hey, Louis.
Right.
Want to turn around and go back that way. Okay.
There was a vehicle we took out here one time. What was that one again?
That would have been the Maverick.
Oh, sweet.
You know, that was... throughout the entire series, I've got to say that was probably my favorite road trip vehicle.
That thing never died. Is that the reason why you're talking about it?
Well, it's... I don't know if I would say that it never died. You could always resurrect it. It never stayed dead, you know. So we're referring to a trip in our second season. Basically, it was off-road 99 is what that was. We took my 74 Ford Maverick. Ford! Out here for a little romp through the trees, you know, and it's a Maverick. You're not worried about, you know, getting scratches or dings or nothing. So we went out here, and basically we went along this road, tried to find a good place to just explore. So,
just explore. It's just trying to kill it and make it stay dead.
yeah, because at every turn, you know, the thing would just, you know, the engine would die.
Or the power steering belt would slip off.
Or the power steering belt would come off. That happened.
You'd have to shut off every piece of electrical equipment just to start the thing.
Yeah,
or
oh yeah, it got so bad. Yeah, you know, this was one of those.
Or the tires would fall off. Or there goes the radiator. Or
this. It's like we had the dome light on. Didn't even occur to me, and it wouldn't start. Just click. It's like, you know, we're hoping that the battery's not dead. But if I remember right, didn't we have a spare battery with us, or the booster pack or something?
I think we had the booster pack.
I think we brought a bunch of extra parts. I think I even had a spare alternator. It's like we were prepared for any possible situation.
Well, yeah, Mavericks, what, they take 17,000 cold cranking amps or something?
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that, yeah.
Which can only be generated by a nuclear generator.
Right.
You know.
Which we had spare.
Yeah.
If we had a spare one of those sitting in the car.
Probably. Yeah, under the spare tire. So
yeah.
Isn't that standard equipment on 74
No,
Maverick?
wait. We had a spare tire in the car.
Yeah. So anyway, we are we're still on Apery, right?
We better be.
We should be.
Unless you took a wrong turn somewhere.
No? Well, no, there haven't been any turns. Well, except this one here.
Oh, God!
Yeah, they probably want you to turn here, you know, so.
Okay, we just passed Fern Hill Road.
The Fern Hill cutoff. You gotta stop, get out of the car, cut off your Fern Hill, and continue going.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of like my Fern Hill where it stays at.
Yes. So this is the inaugural trip for the 90 Plymouth Voyager.
And now you just opened up another can of worms right there.
Probably asking for it. You know, I am not a big Chrysler fan, but you know, I couldn't argue. We got this van for nothing. Well, if you hit it just right, you can squeal the tires on turns. So that's always an added bonus here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you're doing like 30 miles over the speed limit around
Right,
cars.
like we are through here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It makes it so
Oh. Oops.
Yeah, tree farm, I think.
Vernonia.
Are we getting close?
No, we still have about another 10 hours to go.
10 hours to go.
Yeah, that way.
I think.
You want to go that way.
Schaefer. Paul Schaefer Road.
Schaefer goes up, Schaefer goes down.
I thought didn't they have a sign up there before? Said Emerald Forest or something?
Yeah, they did.
I get the impression that these folks don't get a lot of advertising, you know, maybe just word of mouth.
Oops.
Oops, and now we're going to go put them on TV. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we'll see what happens. It's still there.
Yeah.
So, it's actually been a while since we've been through here.
When was that trailer put there last?
I don't know. It looks like that's been there a while, too.
Yeah. Doesn't look like this road's been traveled much.
Yeah. You know, actually, this is probably...
Redneck country?
Yeah, that too. But this is probably maybe a better time of year to do this, is after we've had a little bit of rain, you know, to get rid of the dust. Because if I remember right, this was pretty dusty the first time. First time through. I've actually, it's kind of interesting how we're going back to where this all started. And at the same time, we are so far ahead of where we were almost 10 years ago.
10 years.
We've gone from all analog to all digital. As we speak.
From handheld to Mr. Duct Tape
Yep.
to tripod.
There is no tape holding the tripod down. That's one of those things that's like, you know, I wish we'd thought of this years ago.
We didn't have the capability of this years ago.
Not the setup we have now.
No, not this setup.
No,
but we
because as we speak, we are recording direct to DVD. Something we never could have dreamed of back in 96.
No.
Did they even have DVDs in 96?
Yeah, I'm sure. Dude? No, maybe. No, I'm thinking CDs.
Oh, CDs, yes. Yeah,
I
CDs
know,
have been around since the 80s.
They had Laserdiscs.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same
Same thing, they just hadn't perfected it yet.
It's gotten smaller. But same
Yeah,
thing.
because I remember in high school they had Laserdisc.
Yeah, Laserdiscs. Those like those LP things.
I think they were on. Yeah, they were on their way out though.
They were sized as albums, but
Yeah. Those things are heavy too.
For you older people, we're talking about the vinyl.
Yeah. It's the predecessor to vinyl.
You know,
tape
And
is the
folks, we are
predecessor to vinyl.
back when I was
we are
little-
recording direct to 8-track.
Oh man,
Oh, dude.
that's what we're talking.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah. Okay, now we have. Whoa.
I
Hey.
think
Hello.
what we got here
There's civilization out here.
is it.
Oh wait. Just another redneck.
It's a car graveyard.
Okay. Is this where Columbia County's vehicles go to die?
I think
I think
so.
so.
You know what this
I'm sorry.
means? Yeah. Yeah, we are definitely in redneck territory here.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in,
expect
you know-
to see Jeff Foxwood.
If you mow your lawn and you find a car,
You
it might be a redneck.
If a clerk asks you for ID and you show him your belt buckle, you might be a redneck.
Or if you forget your name and you have to look at your belt buckle, you might be a redneck.
Or if your wife sticks her head out the door and tells you to remove the transmission out of the tub.
Can you get the tranny out of the tub so I can take a bath? Can you take that tranny out of the tub so I can make dinner? Oh, was that an outhouse?
Yes.
Whoa. We
Yikes.
are out in the boonies.
We
This
are
is
out in the
scary.
boonies.
Yeah,
Are we still on Schaefer Road? I have kind of lost track.
I'm
Well, we
wondering
have
if
to
we're
be.
still in the United
We
States.
have to be. Are we still in the U.S.? We crossed the welcome to Tijuana. We might want to turn back.
When I start seeing Cubans, we're in trouble.
They're seeing what?
Cubans.
Cubans?
When I start seeing Cuba, we're in
Cigars or people?
trouble. Either.
Alright, we're coming up to something here.
Ooh, truck.
We're coming up to a truck.
Yeah,
Hi, how you
let's
doing?
see. We have Emerald,
Camp Emerald Forest.
That
That
way.
way. Okay. Turn here.
Turn here. Okay, we want to
we
go.
we got
let's
two
see
here.
Alright, which way?
Not
That
that
one's got,
way.
okay, that one's got a
another
gate
shack.
on it, so it's probably not that one.
Ah, heck with it. Let's just go unlock it. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta dodge some landmines here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have potholes
Yes.
galore.
Yeah. Now, when you're recording digital, you gotta watch these things.
Yeah.
The only downside to digital.
Yeah. Now, although the system is fairly stable, I mean, before we even started using DVD, I ran it through some pretty strenuous tests to see how much it could take without skipping, and it was pretty good. I mean, I hit some pretty good bumps. How we doing?
Doing good.
All right.
Yeah.
As long as the counter's still rolling, we should be okay.
Until now.
Yeah, until we hit this big hole coming up. Okay.
Until we attempt
That's not
to
a hole.
cross
That's a crater.
Yeah.
for our next adventure.
Done that. For our next trick.
We are going to attempt to cross the Grand Canyon.
In one jump, here we go. Oh. Do they purposely design these roads for like holes or what?
Yeah, I think they're designed for like 4x4s or something.
Yeah.
I like that one road trip.
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, we did a 4-wheel drive and a rear-wheel drive on a few occasions.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that with your Toyota too. 4-wheel
yeah.
drive adventure and a front-wheel drive.
That's right.
Yeah. That's gotten us into trouble a few times, you know.
Always got to have fun.
Oh yeah. I have no idea what road this is, if this even has a name.
I don't know.
Well,
Bob's
you think it would have a name, but
Yeah. It's one of those things you'd probably have to look on a map, a county map or something just to find it.
Speaking of county
it's
maps,
just-
hey now.
okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Talking off-road
Yeah,
fun.
now we're talking off-road. Of course, every one of these says private property, keep out.
Oh,
Oh, what are they gonna do? Shoot it?
Yeah. We had to clear a tree out of the way one time.
oh yeah. That was fun,
Tree
though.
falling down. Actually, it didn't fall on the road. It fell across the road, but there was still enough room to get under it with a car.
Yeah.
We just had to clear out the tree limbs.
Yeah, we took it
I did-
off-road to those, I don't know what to call those with the yellow flowers on them.
Yellow flowers.
Yeah.
Buttercups?
No, there was the
Oh, that's
branches
right.
with the yellow flower
marigolds,
things.
I think.
Yeah, those things.
It's either,
Drove
no, I
right
think it was
through.
Scotch broom.
Whatever they're
I think it
called.
was Scotch broom, yeah.
green
Went
with the
driving
yellow.
through there, I was like, yeah, right on.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it! Poof. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Had the camera right up in the windshield. Oh, what do we got?
Okay. Camp
Camp
Emerald Forest.
Forest, this
That
way.
way.
26,000 Pittsburgh Road.
Wait a minute.
I thought there was only one in Columbia County. Not 26,000. Okay, never mind. Here we are, right outside Camp Emerald Forest.
Which puts us right here.
Puts us right here in
Here.
this location.
Not so much here,
Or
but
here.
here,
But here.
here.
And according to the map, you are here.
Wow. How do they know?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we've been together too long.
Yeah, way too long.
And her IQ's
You know,
dropped
this
about
is
5
kind of strange
points.
because I don't remember this turnoff
No, I
looking
don't.
quite like this. I remember it kind of wrapping up and around. I don't
Up and
know, it
around,
just-
not so much that way, but
Right.
this way.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got here?
This is
Rudy
new.
and Florence Bauder. I know that's the name of it. Tree Farmer of the Year.
95.
So they actually, they run a tree farm apparently too. To Willark Lodge.
Willard.
Okay.
that the name of a bird or
Sounds like it.
bird?
Yeah. So from what now to recap here, folks, this is where we went through originally on the very first road trip.
Yes.
We got as far as would have
here.
been
Here. Up.
I remember going past stuff there, like equipment and stuff, and that should be it here.
Yeah.
I think we
that looks
drove
like
right up into here, and this was it.
Looks like
This was as far as we went. Yeah,
looks
this
about
was as
right.
far as we went, and it's like we saw the sign that said Camp Emerald Forest. Like, this doesn't look like a camp, and then we turned around and left.
Absolutely.
And so here we are again, almost 10 years
Emerald
later.
Forest.
To the place that doesn't look like a camp. But
Yeah.
It is.
But yes, we're going to get a look around and
Have some fun.
have some fun. We're gonna check it out and see what they got.
All right.
So let's do it.
Okay, we've come into Willark Lodge. We're going to take a look around, and we'll be talking to Florence.
Okay, now over here on the bulletin board shows a few of the camps that we've had through the 10 years that we did have the groups before we stopped stopped for renovations. There's a picture of like when it's in the wintertime. Sometimes we get some really good snows. We've had groups from Japan. This is an Oriental group. This is a group from the high school in Longview. What's the name of the high school?
Mark Morris.
Yeah, right. They came up to do their practicing, and they were going to give a concert, and so I thought that was neat. Some of the girls, they sang upstairs, they sang on the first floor, and the guys with the orchestra were down the basement band. So in the evening, they'd all go down the basement and, jam together, and it was pretty neat. So here's another Oriental group from Japan or Taiwan. And down here are some of the gals that helped me bake those 1,000 cinnamon rolls for the Hood to Coast Relay. This is Small Woodlands board meeting, Columbia County Small Woodlands board meeting. Here we have just we have a very small area for selling things. We have our t-shirts and our, what do you call these
We got a
things?
souvenir
Frisbees?
Frisbees.
Frisbees, right. You can each have a Frisbee before you go home. Be sure you
okay.
take one. And then this is a lovely wood carving by a dear friend of ours, Victor, from New Hope Church out there in Eastport.
Oh wow.
He is one of the artist group from that church, and that artist group has been here at the camp several times. We have a picture of the time when Rudy, this is my husband Rudy, he passed away in 2001, but this was way back in about
1956.
in 1956, Eric says, and we had just become members of the tree farm system, American Tree Farm System, and Oregon is part of that. Every state is a part of the National American Tree Farm System. And in 1995, this was the group that chose us to be the Tree Farmers of the Year for Columbia County. Okay, this is one of those pictures, original art pictures I was telling you that I buy. Usually I get them like at a secondhand at the Goodwill or someplace like that, and they're all dirty, but they're selling them for the frames. You wash the picture very carefully with ivory soap, and look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And then this is the dining room in here, and the last sofa down there was just given to us. Normally it wouldn't be here, and when we get the basement finished, it won't be here. There'll be more room for tables, because we can serve 40 here, eventually. Right now, we can serve 30.
Well,
Just the way
that's
it is.
still a lot of
Yeah,
people.
so we have that table, and this table, and we can serve 30.
We've got a lot of all kinds of little artifacts and photographs, different things.
I
all
do.
over.
These photographs over here, excuse me, these are the photos of the Willark logging camp that's just down 1 mile down the hill.
Oh.
And this is the Clark and Wilson Lumber Company locomotive here and the tracks. I don't remember what you call this one. Steam donkey, is that a steam donkey maybe? And over here, back here is the camp that used to be there, the little cabins and all. And then here's some more of the cabins up here. And we found out later, we used to go to the Bethany Baptist Church, which is in the Sunset area there in Portland. And the fellow that's on the roof, I believe, was the saw sharpener. And he was from that area, actually the father of one of the guys that was in that church. This is the Mr. Clark, who was the Clark of Clark and Wilson. And those two names together is where the Willark name came from. And he and his brother-in-law were the ones. Yeah, we're the ones. We're the ones who did the logging in this area.
Are these railroad spikes here?
These things here.
No, here on the
Yes.
window.
Well, these were spikes that we picked up from around here that they would use for the trestles. Now that big piece over there on the wall, see where the bee hive is hanging?
Right.
That is from Trestle Glen, we call it, Trestle Bend, up here where the West Fork of the Klatskai goes up here on our property. That would have been a trestle that came across. So we found that board plus all these, what do you call them? Spikes.
Huh.
Yeah. Here's the first of two bedrooms here in the Willark Lodge here on the main floor behind the dining room. It has a double bed on the bottom and a single bunk on the top. And
Wow,
the same here with this bedroom, the same thing here. It's a double bed on the bottom and single bunk on the top. And then over here we have a bedroom. Okay, and then this
one seems to be more decorative with the
well, it's just a blanket I put
blankets
on
and
there.
stuff.
Yeah. So this is two bunks, double bunks here. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Almost looks like more like a kid's room in here. It has almost
Yeah.
the mattresses are a little bit smaller, at least on these two and this one.
All the same.
They're all the same?
Just, if there's a pad on, they look bigger, or a blanket on, they look bigger. But it's all
Oh,
the same.
okay.
And then like the little lamp over there with the little car. See,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
something I picked up at a garage sale.
Huh.
Or yard sale. It's so much fun. Here's more of the saws and so forth. Here's the podium that my husband put together. It works very well. See the way he shaped it down below so you can put your feet right up against it?
Yeah.
Unique. I use that when people ask me to tell about and then here's, see, we had to do, this was new, this all was a bedroom here.
Oh, okay.
In order to have a back access, we used to go out through the furnace room, but that wasn't a good idea, so we put this all in, so that was all new.
Okay.
Now in here is the ladies, I should have had you just take a picture of this here first. I'm getting
Ladies' room.
Yeah,
ladies' room here. And so I have a powder room in here that the ladies can do their hair and stuff in here and not monopolize the bathroom. So you might want to show
plenty of mirrors.
all
Lots of mirrors.
Yeah, and all the old hats, all my old, those are all my
Sorry.
my old
Of course I have
hats and
yeah.
my old hats and all the lovely handwork that nobody does anymore and
Yeah. Okay, so this is the display. We got bread.
yes, this is not just bread. This is brings them back. It's our fruity caramel cinnamon rolls.
Ooh.
There's apple in there and there's caramel on them and
Oh, wow.
they're really wonderful. So you'll be able to enjoy that yourself.
So come for the bread, stay for the rolls. Yeah, come back for the rolls. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty much, this is pretty much the part that is used now. When we're finished, then we will have the basement finished again. Where we had it at one time, but we have it kind of disheveled now because we're putting in two new sleeping rooms at the back, and because I had to lose, this was a sleeping room, but now it's going to be a handicap bathroom. So, and we lost storage space. That's why we're building the new pantry out there off of the kitchen. And so downstairs, in place of the storage, there will be a multiple bathroom. Part of it will be dedicated handicap. The other part would just be for anybody. 2 showers, 2 stools, about 4 sinks, and then the 2 new bedrooms in the back. So, and then the rest of the area downstairs is the way it was when you first came so many years ago. It was indoor play area, pool table, ping pong, foosball, sofas and place for somebody to meet. And then there'll be another fireplace down there. So that's going to be a neat area when it's finished. We have the carpet all ready to put in and everything. That's pretty much, this is pretty much what we have at the moment.
So we were here 10 years ago, we're here now, and in 10 years, we'll see what it actually looked like when it's all finished.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens, I hope we'll be done before 10 years. Well, we'll be on another part of the project in 10 years.
It'll be, yeah.
Right.
All right, we're going to check out the bunkhouse. What do you primarily use this building for?
This is for sleeping. And if a group wants to meet in here, a small group, we can sleep 20. And so there's a little center room that you'll see if they want to, you know, like some groups come and they split up and one little group wants to study something or discuss something. They can come in here and the other group can stay in the lodge, you know.
This would house about how many people?
House 20.
20, okay.
So each of the rooms has the same configuration, 2 sets of bunks and a trundle that opens up into a very large bed.
Oh, okay.
These are our own slabs here. We still have.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because you run the tree farm here also, so you have the. Okay.
We have a portable sawmill that we cut the lumber for this as well as the lodge from our own trees.
Oh, okay.
Mostly from our own trees. A few trees were donated by Longview Fiber and another tree farmer, but most of them were cut from our own timber.
Yeah, I mean it's great that you have your own resource right here that you can use for construction.
And so did Eric tell you that we were Tree Farmers of the Year for 1995?
Yeah, I saw that.
We
I saw that.
I was like, I didn't notice it last time.
I don't think I saw that before either.
I just put it up this afternoon.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. That would be why we never saw it before.
They were awarded to us by the Columbia County Small Woodland Association.
So this here would be like your
This is
living room or whatever, your meeting area.
Yes, this is
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, I noticed some of your rooms have names on them. Were those just recent or?
Yes, that was the last group that didn't take down their name tags.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's right.
Okay, 'cause you just had a group yesterday come in.
This last week.
Oh, last week.
Every
Okay.
Friday and Saturday, and then another group on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. They call themselves Creative in His Image from New Hope Church way out there, you know, the big church in Southeast Portland, Eastport.
Okay.
And then they're the art class. They do watercolors and wood burning and stuff when they come up, and they love it. And they've come up, you know, a number of times.
So
and
when they come out here, do they work on their art projects here too, or?
Yes, they do in the lodge.
Okay.
Oh yes, definitely. That's the purpose of it. Art is a wonderful avenue for releasing tension and helping with problems.
Definitely. Well, and especially being out here too, where you
Yes.
can get some peace and quiet, you know.
And then the group that was here Tuesday and Wednesday was the staff of the Christian Renewal Center in Silverton. We enjoyed having them too. There's a story behind most everything that we have around here. I've collected things for absolutely years. And this I bought out someplace in the Banks area at a junk shop for about $35. So, you know,
It's kind of fitting though.
perfect. It's perfect because we have little black bears around. And,
really?
Yeah. And so Eric and I saw one lumbering across the road out here just a couple of months ago.
It was the first time that that either of us had seen a
Yes.
bear out here.
Yes.
And it was a medium-sized one.
Yeah.
And it
Yes,
could.
they are out here, but you know the chances of actually seeing one are pretty remote.
Yeah.
Now, over 5 miles away, the lady saw when she was feeding fish to her cat. And she looked up, and there was a little black bear over by a tree. And she decided she wouldn't be serving her cat fish anymore out on the porch.
On an average year, or maybe a typical year, how many folks would you think that you have visiting out here?
Back before we started the renovation process, we were occupied about half the time, half the weekends. Our average group is a men's or women's church retreat, although we have a variety of different groups that come, different uses. And but most of the time we were about half occupied during the year.
The Chamber of Commerce or the school board or teachers. Some groups had come back 8 or 9 years in a row, and so that's probably our best advertising.
And so this place is for long as well as short stay?
And
I mean, this is pretty much
mostly-
the day, or, I mean, what's
No.
the longest you can actually stay?
People stay for a week.
A week.
Or,
Yeah.
A week or 2
Our
weeks.
longest group has been, I think, 4 or 5 days. But most groups come and use us for either 2 or 3 days.
Now, our
Okay.
rates are low, and so I would imagine that in comparison to other camps, we'll probably be having more business now once we get going again.
right. Yeah, is once you get some of your projects behind you and,
Yes,
and some of
the
these
old
things are
timers will
opened
come
up.
back again, you know, 'cause
Yeah.
they haven't been here for a while, some of the groups.
Well, I know it's changed quite a bit since we were last up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's yeah, we had no idea that all this was up here. So, but that's why we're here.
Does this trail go all the way down to the lake, or does it kind of crisscross over the driveway?
It connects onto the dirt road down here,
Okay.
and from there, it's dirt road all the way down.
Ah.
So if you want a picturesque trail. Now,
Yeah.
you want me to get out of the way, or?
Oh no,
Okay.
that's fine.
There's a little salamander. You want a little wildlife shot?
Oh. I wouldn't have even spotted him. Oh yeah, I can imagine the wildlife is pretty abundant out here.
All the leaves and stuff, completely inconsiderate of the people that might be walking through.
Well, it's not so bad when you can stay in the center here.
Right. Last loads of concrete, we had to pour on the fish ladder that's down at the bottom of the valley.
Oh yeah, but is that your fish
Yes,
ladder?
it's
or-
our fish ladder.
Oh, okay.
But they're not our fish, they're state fish.
Oh, okay.
Everything
Huh.
belongs to the state, the water, the fish, well, those two things only.
Yeah.
But we were pouring, I think the date on the pour was October 11th. And so at that point, it had just started to rain, and so the concrete trucks were sliding down this grade right here. As you can tell, it was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
a bit, they were sliding, and then I had to pull them out with our skidder. This is the emergency spillway here for the lake runoff when we have a really big flood like 96.
Right.
Then we didn't have this fully cut out at that point, and it was used for about 2 hours, about 8 feet wide and about 8 inches deep.
Huh.
And at that point, we had started with the lake empty at the start of the flood, and then it filled up and emptied in about 48 hours. And
So you actually had water just rushing right through here then?
yes, to
Wow.
about 8 inches deep and about 8 feet wide.
Huh.
And which is what it's designed for.
Right. So
And
it's-
because we
you
also
know it works.
yes, we also have the outlet. The main outlet is what we call the trickle tube, and it's a standpipe where water flows over the top of the pipe down to a T and then underneath the dam horizontally, as well as then the fish ladder takes about half the flow as well
Huh.
over on the far side all year long.
It's split up into several places that it goes. What kinds of things do you do on the lake? Do
Well,
recreational things?
We have the paddle boats and rowboats. Some people in the summertime swim, mainly youth, and then we have a trail that goes around the perimeter. We don't have fishing with the kingfishers and the blue heron, which are quite common, and although we do have fish still
Yeah.
jumping around, and they're native cutthroat trout. And eventually we'd like to put in an artificial spawning bed to enhance production, and possibly below the dam here or maybe above. Preferably probably be better above, then that would give the habitat to the fingerlings that hatch out.
Was this lake natural, or did you?
No,
did you
it's a
build it?
man-made.
It is man-made.
If you look at the dam here, it's quite a bit of big hump of dirt, and it's actually looks only about half as big as it actually is. If you drain the water out of the lake and trimmed up some of these trees down here, It's actually 25 feet from the crest of the dam down to the bottom of the foundation.
How long did that take to?
We got the permit in '89 and poured the last on the fish ladder, I believe, in '88. So about 9 years. Or 90.
Yeah, 98.
Yeah.
Went back a year.
The lake was a little bit bigger, but the cattails have grown up. All these alder trees that are around the perimeter, they've grown up. They were not there to start with. And then the sediment that gets washed in from the stream that enters have probably eliminated about 1/10 of our volume, or at least, maybe at least 1/20th of the volume of water storage. But in the future, we'll maybe extend the lake upward, apply for a new permit for greater storage, and extend the lake farther upstream by doing a bunch of excavation of the silt material that's up there. Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of these. Last place I saw one was up there in Barnesville Dam.
Yeah. Well, they're a pain to put in.
Why that? You got this here, the pipe here, and then
The fish ladder.
the fish ladder. What you got another feed that runs to the top?
We'll go up and take a look at the far end of the dam and have a pipe that goes through the dam, so that the fish are protected against blue heron once they enter the upper portion of the fish ladder.
Now, what is this here? Is this just more?
Now this is a railroad grade. This is
Really?
one of the original railroad grades that they used to log off the property back in the 20s and 30s.
Really?
Clark and Wilson, when they came through here, Clark and Wilson Lumber Company, who had a mill down in Linton, was their main mill. They would, and Willark down here at the bottom of the valley was one of their main camps. And so the trains would come to that point, and from there they would come and split off throughout the hills here, and this was one of their spur lines. And we're about a mile from the logging camp at this point, but it continues to go up and go on for at least 4 or 5 more miles, joining up with other spurs throughout the rest of the hills.
What are your portable structures there?
Well, these are lake changing houses. They're not in the
changing houses.
Yeah, for people who want to come down here and swim the lake.
Oh, okay. I wasn't making the connection. You're changing the lake, or what? Okay.
A place to.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
changing rooms.
Okay.
In case you want to change your tire, as well as half of it is for storage as well. So we have a place to store boat items, life vests, and life rings and stuff like that.
So you have a couple of paddle boats here.
Yeah, you have to put the doors on.
Oh.
You actually have to do that?
Well, no, you can tell they've been here.
Just the trees being cut down.
Oh.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that's.
And then they trimmed off some limbs on the top, and then they put in some new trees over there too.
Huh.
About 3 or 4 over here.
Yeah, they've been busy as a beaver.
Yeah.
Starting on another one.
Yeah.
See, they can legally cut these trees down, but I can't, because they're in a riparian zone, and where you have a lake of this size, there's a no-cut zone of about 30 feet where you can't cut any vegetation.
Really?
And
For them, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what they think.
Yeah. Or because they're here.
which is fine because there's plenty of alder, and
Oh yeah.
this now makes an opening where we can come in and plant a cedar with a guard around it, because the beavers will also cut down or at least girdle cedar that are, and Douglas fir that are, you know, up to 18 inches diameter, and kill the tree. So you have to put a metal guard around them.
We were talking with Flo Bauder. She's the caretaker of Emerald Forest.
Owner,
Owner,
with my
operator.
family, and operator, executive director. cook, landscaper.
All the above.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
above.
So how long has Emerald Forest been in the family?
Since its beginning, we started with nothing, and Camp Emerald Forest is a non-profit corporation. Bauder's Emerald Forest has been here since 1952, when we bought it for $14 an acre, 240 acres.
Wow.
$14 an acre.
That was a good deal.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was for back then, but
Everything else was relative.
yeah.
And the Lord knew what he was doing when he sent us out here. And because we were I was Portland born and bred, and Rudy was from Montana. And we met in Portland after he came back from World War II. I was a legal secretary, and he was a sheet metal mechanic. There's no question but that the Lord put us together and had this dream for us. And so we did get the dream then for the Christian camp. And but we started drawing prints and all, and finally our kids were in school. A couple of them, Eric won a scholarship to Webb Institute to Naval Architecture back in Long Island. We lived in the Sunset area at that time. We moved to Beaverton, and all of our kids went to Sunset, and it was a very good experience. One of the other daughters got a scholarship too. So anyway, the kids were all in college, or by that time maybe out and married. And so by this time I was 53 and Rudy was 62. We had drawn the prints and we had thought about it and everything, but I said, well, when are we ever going to do this thing? So, when we're young enough to see our dream come true.
Right.
And so I had to be the mover and shaker. And I said, what about if I would stay back in Beaverton and go back to work as a legal secretary? If you're a good legal secretary, remember, legal work is all perfect. Has to be all perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a good legal secretary can get work no matter how old she is. So I did. I went back to work. I said, I can see myself living away from you for 2 years. If you take an early retirement and come up to the tree farm and start building, I will stay back at our home in Beaverton and come up every weekend and bring tools and food and whatever you call back and ask me to bring, I'll bring up. And then I'll work with you all weekend and do exactly what you do, and then I'll go back to work on Monday morning. And for 2 years, I can see myself living away from you. And so that's how we started. We became a nonprofit corporation. I forgot the year. What was the year?
That was in the early 80s.
Yeah. And that allowed us to set ourselves up to receive contributions and to give tax-deductible receipts. And the only other way we could have done it would have been a family foundation. And we didn't want that situation. We wanted to have other people involved in it. And so since that time, we've had many groups. As you've seen from the front there, all those pictures are from some of the groups that have been here through the years. Some of the things I appropriated, as I mentioned, probably out in the bunkhouse, I was, in other words, all the years I have collected things. For all of these years, I've been a collector. I've got a lot of antique things now that are quite, well, yeah, but there's a lot of things I have now that are quite valuable, you know. Clark and Wilson was a logging company that did all the logging in this area. Behind you, there are some pictures of the old the old Willark logging camp. That's why we named this Willark Lodge.
Okay.
That was what they called Old Willark. And Clark and Wilson were brother-in-laws, and they had come from the east, and as many other, at the end of they finished logging at the end of the 20s, and the way that a lot of those companies did, they just went through like the locusts and took all the trees and just left the property.
Yeah.
And so the county was happy when anybody picked it up and started paying the taxes, I guess. So $14 an acre was probably a relative price for other land too. And I do the cooking, and I cook the way I like to eat, being from an old German family. And it's good meat and potatoes and hearty, I call it hearty country cuisine. And the thing that people come back for are Flo's Fruity Caramel Cinnamon Rolls. And you're going to have some of those in a little bit. And we can take a picture of those.
Yeah.
And people just have to hear about them and they want to come. We used to
That's all it takes.
for about three
Yeah.
for about 3 years we baked 1,000 of them for the Hood to Coast Relay.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
We're finally back here after almost 10 years, and to see what this place is all about. And we had no idea that it encompassed this huge area. You have several hundred acres, I guess.
240.
240. That's a lot. I grew up in a place that had 1 acre,
Oh yeah.
and that was a big yard.
Well, we had a
So,
little
yeah,
over
but-
1 acre when we lived in Beaverton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That-
What did we have? An
that
acre and a
seems
third
unheard
or
of
something
in
like
Beaverton.
that. Yeah.
Well, it was on the outskirts, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
30
okay.
years ago.
Before
40
all
years
these
ago, 40 years ago.
all these developments were, there's
One of the things that is important is not only we don't many tree farmers have other things, multiple use. There was a time back in when we were starting up and everything where it was a big thing to multiply use your property. In other words, not just to be a tree farmer or
Okay.
you know what I'm saying,
Right.
but to do something else with your property. So when we're all done, we hope that this place will just be a wonderful, we hope the Lord will be pleased, and we want, after all, we do represent him because we are Columbia County's only Christian
Camp?
forest retreat. And
Okay.
so we are an interdenominational camp. We didn't want to be a denominational camp.
Ah.
Even though we ourselves are Baptists, we wanted to have everybody who really believes in the scripture and, teaches from the Bible are welcome to come. We have a lot to offer here. Our kind of theme is nearby yet worlds apart. We're not far from, we're only 50 miles from St. Helens, and probably the same from Longview. Right near Longview area, and we just want to welcome groups that feel they're compatible with our mission statement to come up and really enjoy themselves. It's a place where fresh air, we'll always have real fresh air, and we'll have trees forever.
Okay, folks, that is going to do it for our final trip back to where it all began at Camp Emerald Forest.
Yeah.
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 We want to thank Florence and Eric Bauder for allowing us to come back after so many years. And you may want to come for the environment, but come back for the cinnamon rolls. Come back for the cinnamon rolls. Yeah.
It's a definite must.
It's a
yes.
must. I got to tell you, this place is huge. I mean, they've got the lodge here with places to stay. They got the bunkhouse. They got the lake down there, the forest, trails, everything. It's all here. So it's.
We also have a ball field to play too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a few things outside we didn't get to see either. Outside the lodge there, the gardens and everything, and so there's plenty to see here. So definitely worth the trip. So if you are in the area and you want a place to get away from it all and relax and come for more cinnamon rolls
and for a wide variety of trees. This is a tree farm, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it's also a tree farm.
Which is 1995's winter
tree farmers of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Winter.
So
that's what it is. Yes.
Group retreat.
It's a group retreat. A lot where
we can't take cues.
We can't take cues. We can't take anything. But,
that's why we got Florence standing off to the side.
She's coaching us, giving us good.
So anyway, boy, it's. I feel like we're ending. It's like we're ending the big thing here, but
it's not done.
No, it's not done. We still got the season finale.
That's not what I was meaning, but okay.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we're still in the planning stage, or they're still in the planning stages of this place. It's not over yet.
Oh yes. Yes,
in 10 years we'll let you know.
10 years we'll come back and see how much farther it is. So it's already changed quite a bit since the last time we were here.
Yeah, big time.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this edition. I want to thank Eric and Florence Bauder for giving us a tour and showing us what Camp Emerald Forest is all about. So, and come back for more cinnamon rolls. So that's going to
We'll
do
have
it.
that at the end of the credits, and come back for cinnamon
Come
rolls.
back for cinnamon rolls. Okay, so that's going to do it. I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll see you back for the Season 3 finale. So for Road Trips, I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Dan Bradley.
I'm Chris DeBois.
And we'll see you next time for the Season 3 finale of Nowhere Videos
Road Trips!
That's right, Road Trips fans. It's that time again to celebrate the end of the season and take a look back at where we've been and the sights we've shown you. We'll bring you some of the most memorable moments from the season, our hilarious blooper reel, and a look at some never-before-released footage, all cram-packed into our Season 3 finale. Watch for the Road Trip Season 3 finale coming soon from Nowhere Video Productions.
So, here we are. We're actually starting our trip from up here at this, it's kind of a Rainier Fire District, and kind of out here in the boonies. And you can kind of see around us, there's
Sky.
a lot of sky. There's a lot of nothing, but it's nice and quiet. A little windy, kind of cold.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,